Hello and welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. It has been almost 18 months since we had a Margie birth. This is one of the first goats that I ever owned. I got her in 2020 and I love her dearly. So the reason it's been so long since she had babies is she was on a spring schedule with kidding and I wanted to transfer her into a fall season for kidding. Margie is a mini something. She looks like a mini Alpine or a mini Oberhashley. I don't know. She's unregistered. My friend that bought her, or my friend that had her before me, got her as a rescue, and so we're only guessing to how old she is, and we're only guessing to what breed of goat she is, but we do know that she is polyestrous, which means that she goes into her cycles year-round, and that means that she can kid really at any time of year. So Margie is one of my higher capacity does. She produces a lot of milk, and it's kind of nice to have a high capacity doe going into the winter time as far as milk goes. She's only just started to really act like she's in an active stage of labor. Last night I noticed that she looked like her sides had sunken in a lot as far as her baby's dropping. It looked like her udder had gained quite a bit of milk, and also she is having a hard time being settled. She lays down and she gets up and she's angry at everyone and doesn't want any of the other goats near her. So that's why I've got her in the stall right now. Normally I like to let my goats run around as long as they are comfortable, but I was just down here milking and it became clear that Margie wanted all the other goats away from her, and this is the easiest way to go about that. So yes, baby, she's doing a lot of baby talk. She's definitely in labor. She's doing some pawing at the ground. That's a contraction right there. She's got her tail head high. You can see she's sunken in on either side of her tail. I did feel her ligaments earlier and they are all but disappeared. So it's go time. I do have a couple goats to throw some grain at, and I'm just gonna be hanging out here in the barn. I still have a little bit of barn clean out to do, and I'm just gonna be keeping an eye on her from out here, and when she's seeming like she needs me or wants me around, we'll jump in there. So Margie's been in the kidding stall for a little bit now. And she has done a lot of talking, not necessarily a whole lot of anything else besides digging and laying down. What I really want to see her do is chew her cud at every about 15 to 30 minutes, but at least every hour, and we're getting close to the hour mark where I haven't seen her chew her cud. Now, I sometimes will count eating as chewing cud. Because usually if they're super distressed, they're not even going to want to eat. So the reason that I'm a little bit cautious is a couple years ago when Margie was pregnant with twins, she was in labor overnight, and I honestly expected to wake up to babies. And when I didn't, I wasn't really worried, but I knew I needed to sit down here with her. And for a whole hour, all she did was look at me and talk and look at me and talk. That's all she did. And I was like, do you need something? So I checked, and she had 2 babies trying to come out at the same time. So she does have a history of that kind of a thing. Not that there's really much genetic that would really make that repeat. I've just got it in my mind that if she kind of stands there and is just talking, it might require a little bit of investigation. She likes this though. This is red raspberry leaf tea. It's like a uterine tonic. It's just going to help her out. Margie, from what we know, is about 6 years old and prime. She's in her prime. She's in the upper part of her prime. So she's not old by any means, but this kind of thing can help an old girl out. Yeah, does that look upside down to you? Because it does to me.
Does it look upside down?
I gotta double check we don't have a head of one and a foot of another. Hold on, we got 1 foot that feels upside down. Yeah, Mama, I know. Hang on, you might actually have a tangle. Oh. you might actually have a tangle because one foot feels upside down and the other one doesn't. I think you have a tangle. We have a tangle, Margie. Hey. Oh, there you go. Good girl. Good girl. There we go. Okay. Now there's one there. I'll let you work on it. Pretty. Good girl. I don't know why that foot looked weird, but I don't think it was a tangle. Both feet and the nose are there. Good girl, Margie. Good girl. That's not a super small kid.
The foot looks smaller.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
Yeah. Might look like Farrell's mom. The biggest parts of the baby have already passed the pelvis, so there's not like a concern that she can't do it. It's just stretching out the outer skin of her vulva and things. That's what's taking time. But the head and everything is already well past her pelvis at this point. Yep, you've got the nose out now. Good girl. No, you're all right. Good girl. Good girl. There we are.
Oh, he's cute.
Yep, looks like Farrell's mama. Yeah, it's trying to. Yes, look.
Tiny.
It's a buck. There we go. There we go. What an angel. Look at him. He's so precious. He's trying to eat your bell. Yeah. Just got a bubble back here. That's not anything, ma'am. He's doing a good job looking for it. Whoop, you're getting closer. It's back here. Look. There, it's better from down there anyway. Leave her alone. So I've given Margie some alfalfa and some hay. She's currently trying to fight off the other goats. And I have her molasses water. So what I do is I use their current pail of water, and I will put really hot water in a jar with some molasses and pour this in. And that heats up her current pail of water. Instead of me having to lug around a big pail of molasses water, that works great. Here, look. Margie, look. Look what I gave you. Look right here. Does that smell good? She's already taken quite a few chugs of water. Hi, I don't have a teat. I don't have a teat. Oh, you're so cute. You're so precious and strong. Marge, you did a good job. Normally I like to spray the umbilical cords, but something's wrong with my sprayer. It's been sitting up here since the last time we had a kidding season, so this past spring. So I don't know what happened to it, but we can dip it. Actually, a lot of people prefer dipping umbilical cords. One of the reasons that I don't like to is because it seems like it wastes a lot. This is gonna help prevent anything nasty getting up in that umbilical cord, any kind of bacteria, and causing a condition called joint ill. Alrighty, so his navel looks pretty good. Nice length. If it was super long, I'd want to trim it. Got my iodine here. I know, hang on. Woo! Okay. I don't know if you saw that, but we just dipped him right over. Okay. I know that was strange. There we go. Smells like a hospital in here now. Good morning. How are you doing, Miss Ma'am? Oh. Stormy still has ligaments. Yep. Not today for Stormy. How are you guys? Oh, Margie, he's so pretty. What a precious little baby. Hello. So his daddy is our mini LaMancha buck, Feral. And Feral has those little tiny gopher ears. And when you combine a gopher-eared goat with an erect-eared goat, like those Nigerian ears like Margie has, you get what's called an elf ear. And that's what he has. It's this little tiny ear that looks kind of like a bat wing. He's really cute. Oh, and you know what? For being a single buckling out of a pretty large buck like Feral, he's really not too heavy. I didn't get my sling. I want to weigh you. We've actually seen this color pattern a couple of times. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but it's called Sundgau. It's a Swiss type pattern. And every single one of the Sundgau babies that we've had born here have been bucklings. So we were hoping for doelings. Oh, okay. Shh. It's all right. We were hoping for doelings out of Margie. And unfortunately, we did not get that. But there's always next year, right? He's cute. We're gonna weigh him. So we recently did our disease test and selenium and copper and hoof trimming rodeo with my friend Megan. And Margie and Stormy both missed the selenium. My selenium vial says not to give it to pregnant sheep. And so I didn't feel comfortable giving it to pregnant goats. A lot of people do, but I figured I had it on hand. So if anybody seemed to have needed it after they gave birth, I could give it then. He jumped right up after being born. I don't think he needs selenium, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Margie anyway. There you go, good girl. We give the Bo-C injection, and so far I only do it once a year. I don't necessarily find that I need to do it more often, but it's been, I think Margie, her last selenium injection that she got was fall of 2022, so it had been a while for her. She really probably should have had it before she was bred, but I knew it, and I sort of did it as an experiment. The last fall that we gave birth, which was the fall of 2022, that spring 2023, we had a lot of triplets, and it's been not uncommon for us to have a lot of singles born on our farm prior to giving the Bo-C, and so this sort of works to help confirm that I think the Bo-C is really helping our does out as far as their reproductive life goes, and inevitably probably everything else, all aspects of being a goat, like preventing high parasite loads and things like that. So I think the Bo-C injection really is a benefit for our farm, and we just get it from our vet. Isn't that the cutest thing? Oh gosh, this is adorable. You're adorable, little sir. Now we're gonna tighten it up for him. 6.5 pounds with the sling. I didn't tear out with the sling in there. So he's not that big for being a mini out of a mini LaMancha that's 70% LaMancha, which gives me a lot of comfort knowing that Feral doesn't throw huge babies. And I knew he didn't because I put him with one of our other mini LaManchas last year Breezy, she had twin bucklings and her babies were not super huge. I would not have bred Margie to Farrell if I didn't think that she was going to be capable of handling a single buckling out of him. And so we now have confirmation that she can. Margie's 100 pounds, she's good and wide, and she's a really good mom. Little dude finds the teat on his own just fine. Right now it looks like he is at least taking some out of both sides. I get the question a lot, when do I start milking my does after they give birth? And it really is situational. Margie does produce a lot of milk. Even when she has triplets, she'll produce above and beyond what the triplets can eat. Last time she kidded, she had triplets, and I was able to get more than a quart out of her with her triplets on her full time every single day. So she produces a lot of milk, and she only has one baby, and so I want to make sure that I'm milking alongside of him drinking starting from 24 hours. So this evening I'll come back and I'll milk her out, but for right now I want him to get as much colostrum as he can get. So far he seems to be a pro at it. You're an old pro. So now that Margie has kidded, I do have the playlist for this kidding season. I kind of run my kidding seasons in a way where we have a fall and spring kidding season, and I start the season in the fall. So the first video for the fall 2024, spring 2025 kidding season is now up in the playlist. Stormy is due to give birth pretty soon, so she will join that playlist very soon. And after mamas give birth, it's important not to neglect them. So if you are new to goats and you're not really sure how to handle postpartum doe care, I have this video here for you.